As we look ahead to the new year, a new slate of laws is set to take effect here in Texas. Senate Bill 38 is set to go into effect on January 1st after Governor Greg Abbott signed it into law earlier this year as a way to defend property owners' rights. But tenant rights advocates say the new law may make it more challenging for renters to understand and exercise their rights. Fox 7 Austin's Brianna Carroll has more on key changes going into place for those renters on the 1st.
Senate Bill 38 is set to go into effect on January 1st after Governor Greg Abbott signed it into law earlier this year as a way to defend property owners' rights. But tenants' rights advocates say the new law may make it more challenging for renters to understand and exercise their own rights.
The passage of SB 38, which is a bill that the Texas Apartment Association really advocated to pass, and erodes some tenant protections and will make the eviction process faster.
Shoshana Krieger is with the local tenants' rights group BASTA, short for Building and Strengthening Tenant Action. She says evictions in Texas already happen fast.
This can be a very fast process. In Texas, it's supposed to happen in 21 days.
Senate Bill 38 maintains that timeline, stipulating that courts hold a trial between 10 and 21 days after a petition is filed. But the new law now allows for a summary judgment process where landlords can ask the court to rule without a trial if there are no legitimate factual disputes. Tenants have 4 days to respond to a landlord's claim and 5 days to appeal an eviction judgment. But after January 1st, they'll now have to swear under threat of perjury that their appeal is made in good faith and not as a delay tactic. Proponents of the bill say it's targeted at unauthorized users of property, citing concerns of squatting and serial non-payment of rent.
I think we've struck the right balance between the property rights of the owners and the needs of the renters, but to drive out the squatters that are really taking advantage of the fact that that they think they don't have to pay anything.
But critics say it deteriorates due process for tenants, and changes to who can serve eviction paperwork, as well as allowing for electronic delivery of notices, may make things more confusing for renters.
Lots of people's email boxes are full, all sorts of things. So that's probably an area which will be problematic for tenants.
Opponents to the legislation have also expressed concerns that it may worsen the state's homelessness crisis amid weak tenant protections and limited safety nets, in turn placing a greater burden on government services across Texas, including shelters, food banks, and emergency rooms. Here in Travis County, evictions are on track to hit their highest levels yet as 2025 draws to a close. And some are concerned that the state's new streamlined evictions process will exacerbate those numbers in 2026. For Fox 7 Austin News, I'm Brianna Carroll.